at times the show can be very violent. Tell me a little bit about your experience with that and what that's been like as both an actor and an observer.
Who'd like to start?
Well, as one of the more violent characters in the show, so it's... Hey, all right, maybe.
Marcia isn't here to defend herself.
Yeah. It's challenging because I'm not that. I'm so like, can't we all just get along and everybody love each other and be happy? I'm not an advocate for violence. So it's challenging in that regard. It's also very physically demanding. I am sore as you would not believe from last night's fight choreography, but it's a good sore. It means I worked. But also, like, from an actor standpoint, it's fun because my character is so not me. Like, she's violent, and Aufidius is just kind of a psychopath. Gets really like turned on by war and violence and blood, and so it's weird, but it's weirdly fun because I get to be a complete departure from myself in a safe space where I know that nobody is actually getting hurt. And so yeah.
As Virgilia, one of probably the least violent person who is like one of the characters in this show, like as her watching on to everything else, it's appalling. Like seeing everyone's first reaction to things to be violence, and everyone's first like instinct to be like, oh, this happened, now we've got to go kill people. And it's like, as this character, it's like it's flabbergastingly like, why? Why do people resort to this type of thing?
And as the person who's lived in places and been around people where violence was somewhat normal or common, yes, I agree with the why, but I've seen that other side to know that's why. You know, you do have the crazies out there. You do have people that don't value the lives of other human beings as much as their own. And that could range from just, simple bullying and fist fights to, downright serial killers. None of it makes sense. None of it's right. I think that I tried to stay out of the fight scenes if possible because not that I enjoy the violence, but it's more normal. I don't have the same reactions as the other girls seem to. I've been in fights. I've had to defend myself. I've seen blood, I've, drawn blood. Now, I've never stabbed anyone repeatedly and watched them screaming, but...
Yeah, it's hard to watch for sure.
Yes.
Really hard to listen to.
Yes, but it does kind of remind you the violence is out there.
And I think it's... what we're doing, like the way that we're approaching it and the way that we're doing it is significant because we're reminding people, like the audience, we're reminding them that, yeah, this stuff happens and it's horrible and should not happen.
Exactly.
So, I mean, as disturbing as it is for us to watch and be a part of, we want it to be disturbing for the audience to make them think.
Yes.
I personally think that it's easy to say it's other people are like that, and we easily not look at ourselves and say, oh, we can be like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I don't think we're exempt from being violent ourselves. I think if you're in a certain situation where you push to do something, or you never know how you will really react. So maybe it's more actually showing how people really are.
So since you deal with such weighty material in the play and in the concept as well, how do you find humor to get you through it as actors, not necessarily in the show, but how do you...
They all have me.
There's like a moral gray area between like actually funny humor and dark, like too far humor. You gotta kind of like.
Yeah, that's true. Find the middle ground
Yeah.
where, I mean,
Gallows humor is a thing.
we need to hit the point, get the point across, but we don't want to completely scare the audience
Yeah.
away.
Right, but for you guys as actors, how do you keep yourself grounded and not give into it? Like,
I always just crack jokes. It's how I've
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
all my life.
yeah, I find that you guys do laugh a lot at rehearsal, and I think that's great.
Well, because it's good to stop and look around each other and be like, we're acting.
Yeah, as
We go-
actors.
yes.
And I belt
you
show
have to
tunes
have,
on my
like-
way home.
There are
Oh, yes,
Twinkies
that
here.
works too.
There are
There are
Twinkies
Twinkies around.
Twinkies as well.
You know, cupcakes and stuff like that.
There's been chocolate.
Also, there are puppies here.
Yes.
puppies.
Puppies are awesome.
So that helps.
The emotional support dogs are a big
Yes,
help.
come here, Toby. Absolutely.
In their little PJs.
yes.
So we do find moments of humor, like tonight when I was Coriolanus sock puppet and just, stood there like that. That was, we find the ways to have fun and laugh and find humor without, I guess, undoing the integrity of the scene or something. I don't know.
And do you find that helps to bond the group? That's
Yeah.
strengthening the concept?
Oh yeah, laughter is much more powerful than anything else. And also I think, at least in the back of my mind, for me, like it's easy for me to leave Alphidius behind at the end of the night because I know in the back of my head that, how we are all with each other and that we're, it's a safe space and all of that. Plus I'm just tired.
I actually find doing heavy shows like this helps me to release any, negativity or anything that I'm feeling. It helps to ground me, as a better person. Because, on stage when you're playing someone who is bad or does bad things, you don't feel as bad letting all that out.
Yeah.
It's your character, it's not you. And you shake it off when you're done, and you hop in the car, and you're back to yourself, and you don't feel those frustrations. I mean, I've come in here hopping mad, thinking the world is ending, and by the end of it, with all these ladies and everything, and being able to release all of that, I hop in the car, I'm laughing, I got a grin from ear to ear, and the ride home is great.
Plus emotional support dog.
Yeah.
Yes, emotional support dog.
Emotional support Toby, our mascot.
The real star.
Yeah.
One of.
Why do we even try when
three.
we've got this dog?
And when is it?
December 7th, 8th, 13th, and 14th at 7 p.m. at the Industrial and Agricultural Museum in York.
Like and subscribe.
What she said.